Hello everyone, welcome back to another live stream. Welcome back. We're gonna do something interesting for the beginning of this stream. I don't like doing this kind of thing on stream actually. I try and avoid stuff that's a little bit like slow grindy off-screeny, which will make more sense when we start doing what we're gonna do. But I had this idea right before I went live to throw something up on the stream, so I'm going to get that set up. I got a hot cup of tea. I want to warm up my hands. My hands always get really cold, so I'm going to sit here and drink some tea. But we've got peeps tuning in to Can I Haven. Did I surprise you from your background tab? Blooming, Digital Chaos, Blue Raven, Becca, LJ, Eversteru, Unwoven Rainbow. Is that how most of y'all do it, or some of y'all? Like, does anyone else do that? Like, you just leave the tab open to hear someone when they're live? Is that like a common thing? Let me know. Anyway, I'm getting ready. Yo, Rosa Wolthy, thank you for 29 months. Legendary. Absolute legend. Right, where am I going? I've got to remember where to navigate on my computer. And then I grab this thing here. And then I'm going to put that in this space on the other screen. That actually works. Okay, that's good. I want to add this thing so I can see it. Whoa, that's loud. Okay. This might be a little. This might not work quite how I want it to. Let's see. Let's see what happens. I would like that one, please. The thing here is, as you can see, like, I only want to show you a portion of this, but currently it's showing you the whole thing. So if I go ahead and change the size of this thing, and that's the max. That's like, do I have the ability to crop? I'm doing live editing on a stream. This is, you know, you can't get this anywhere else. I think, does that like, yeah, I can crop. I can crop. Okay, what's that thing about necessity is the mother of invention? Right now, necessity is the mother of discovery. I mean, it doesn't sound as good, but like, you know what I mean. That looks all right. Yeah, that could be a little bit more trim. It could be a little bit more tidy, but with that, you know what? It could be a lot more tidy. Oh, for goodness sake. It's good enough, but I'm going to make it a little bit better. My brain is like, hey, there's some borders you can get rid of there. Like, probably about like a 20 here, a 20 there. Some on the sides. There you go. That's as tight and tidy as it's going to get now. Right. Now I need the thing to disappear from my screen. Hey, okay, right. That is how my shulker box looked last time. Okay, that's how it looked last time. This is how it looks this time. So now, oh, except you can't see what's in the top right slot. Oh, poor with all you. You can't see it. I could edit it further, technically. I'll just leave it like that. It is funny that it pops off this one item here. All right, so now you know what I'm doing. So when I go over here and click there, we get to see what's in the next one. So not only am I going to be doing this, I'm going to be doing some note taking as well, right? Like, I need to make that can't see it unwatchable. Oh, I can't see what's in that top left slot. I must immediately leave the live stream. Okay, also, we need it to be nighttime to kill phantoms. I want to get some phantom membrane, right? So, last live stream, this didn't work, and apparently I hadn't put on the latest edition. I wasn't even aware that there was a latest edition. Let's experiment and see if we can kill... no sleep, there we go. Oh, and I guess the other ones. Let's see if we can get some phantom membranes. That's one of the things I need to obtain to go inside these ender chests. X wants phantoms. Who is this and what have you done to X? Yes, very true, very true. Okay, let's bring up the noises in the ear. We got Blooming here for 10 months. Thank you, Blooming. Hi, X. Hope you're doing well, bro. I've recently built an Ender Chest Shulker refilling using copper golems on LPMT. Still a work in progress, sort of work, hee hee. Oh, interesting. Are we using... I'm assuming that the copper golem has to sort into a chest, right, first? Here's my whole thoughts on that. Like, I gave it some thought. Let's go up here. So, these chests could be shulker boxes, right? But then you would need the items when they don't find their way into a shulker to go from the bottom back to the top again. But then if they aren't able to get in, you know, then it's the next row. It felt to me like the redstone would end up doing what it does already because the shulker boxes are the filter, right? I don't know, maybe this means you don't have to use your shulker boxes as a filter, but then they function slightly different. They become storage space for your filtered items as opposed to being a like filter that is a stack of items. Does that make sense? So like if you cycle through all of your items and you've got 20 plus stacks of sand or whatever, right? In my system, you will get your 2 stacks of sand in your box as well as a stack of everything else. But if you filter with iron golems and your shulker boxes aren't filters themselves, then you would have those 20 stacks go into a box and potentially exclude other ones. So the way I imagine it, I find it hard to see how the shulker how using golems can match the experience we have here. And if they can, you're sort of putting it into a system that still has to do the same thing anyway. Is how I think it would work. So that's why I ended up not going with it. But Blooming, would love to see what you come up with, of course. Chiate, thank you for subscribing with the Prime. We got Slumple here. A couple of interesting usernames right there. Or Sloomple. Very different. Thank you for the Prime as well. I'm just sitting back, sipping tea. Maxing, relaxing. It ain't too taxing. So, as we go through these different chests, you'll see there's things that have changed here. Like, I don't think we need to take arrows around with us anymore. And then where we've got things missing, I am going to write them down. So that would have been the recovery compass, is it called? Is that its name? That's about going to the deep dark where I need to get some skulk. And we'll add those to the list. I mean, that is literally what you do at the deep dark. So whenever I feel like having a deep dark adventure... that's an interesting idea, actually. There's a bunch of stuff I could get from there. Like the record disc. And... What's the enchantment on your leggings? Swift Sneak? I would really like that. Okay, actually, I'm gonna, you know, make a note that a trip to the deep dark could be fun, and yeah, all of that. Is that a resource pack that is adding information to the side of the chest? It is, yes, it is. I kind of this one here, I feel like I should probably toggle it off. It's very infrequently useful. I could actually turn it off like right now. There is a mod for this. And it's really cool. It'd be nice if this stuff was a little more integrated, like a little closer. Why have we got 2? And what was the tooltip that popped up? So somewhere in here, the thing that you just saw will be an option. Those are block textures. Those are outlines on blocks. I think it's got the resource pack. Hang on, let's try this other one. I think it's got the cached resource pack. Yeah, we're looking at the wrong one. So like chests or storage. Comparator output overrides. That's something different. Maybe it doesn't appear here. Huh. Well, let's not get too distracted. Yeah, I should be able to turn that off, but I don't see it. I'm not going to keep eggs on me. I don't know why I filled up a space. I noticed that there's a lot of stuff that doubles up looking at the system again. So, like, armor stands appear twice. I think what I'm going to do is leave more open slots, because they will keep adding things to this game. So, like, we have armor stands here, and I feel like it's probably better just to... Oh, where did I put them? Over here. It's probably better to keep those spaces and then leave ones empty for future use, because they keep adding stuff, you know. Adam Ironor, thank you ever so much for 18 months, my dude. Appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good time hanging out with us today. All right, so this box here, we've got 2 items, which are Wither Skulls and Rabbit Hide. Like, wasn't Rabbit Hide useful because it was for something. I think it was for making bundles. So what does Rabbit's Hide get used for? I think Joe probably just slept in the bed. They're not used. Wait. Oh. Let's go see if we can get some Phantom Membrane then. First thing on the list. Now, I kind of want to... I don't want a creeper creeping up on me. Oh, they've already spawned out here around the place, haven't they? Yay! Oh, Phantoms! Yay! Come on, Phantom! My new pet! My new best friend! Oh, there's my buddy! Hi! Oh, big hugs, big hugs. Big hugs. That's all I needed. Literally just needed 2 Phantom Membrane. Next time I see him, they're the worst mob in the game, I'll tell you. I'll tell you that now. Best mob, really, yeah. Okay, so over here, I bundled brewing ingredients stuff in with food. I'm going to separate those later. But we're focusing on Shulker Box because this is what elevates our game. Our experience will be massively elevated by getting this stuff together. So I need a Wither Skull, and that's not really a big deal for this one. I'm going to ditch carrying arrows around with me. I could maybe... Can anyone make a case for bringing these around? Like, they were kind of handy when you had a mending bow, but when you don't, I'm not sure we need them, you know? If I'm in a scenario where I need a glow arrow for some reason, I probably would have thought about it ahead of time. For other people, if you team up, yeah, it might be useful. And to be fair, I think the things that go in here, like, if they add more stuff to the game, I think it's unlikely it'll be things that go into that chest. Because there's a kind of, like, usefulness grouping of things together. So I'll put in the glow arrows just in case. And you see, now I would say number 1 and number 2 are done. I did have a lava and water bucket here, but I've moved them somewhere else. Shears? Oh no, wait, shears are in there. So I plan on getting a spear. There was like one other thing to go in here, and I can't remember what it was. But there's room for more tools, and I'm all about freeing up room because we got lots of new additions in the game. Okay, so in this one we need name tags, which I'm gonna ask Impulse about. Beacons, I'm not really like thinking too much about that, and conduit. Like, to me, it's more like when I need them, I'll get them in here, rather than going out of my way to add them as a filter, right? That one's all done. Then we're up to this box. So sea pickles, right, a trip to the ocean is required. We want sea pickles. Once we've got those, we can build a farm for them. I need to get crying obsidian from somewhere. I think trading with piglins is one way to do it. Get some gold. Daniel says, what is the conduit for? The conduit allows you to breathe underwater and see underwater within range of it if you set one up. So if you have an operation that you're doing in water, it can be quite handy. We got someone whose name in chat is dark purple and incredibly difficult to read. Let's see if I can highlight your name. Oh, there we go. Chlorine monoxide. You're in the 0.1% of X viewers, which is mad. You barely watch YouTube. Oh, it's almost like you're saying no one watches me at the end there. Oh my god. Hey X, I'm in your 0.001% of top viewers, and I hardly ever watch your videos, mate. Oh, what does that say about you and your channel? Oh god, you're crushing my ego over here. Do I have underwater pants? You mean swimming trunks? Of course I've got some swimming trunks. Can't go swimming without swimming trunks. Jeez. Right, frog lights. Which we are owed some from Etho, I believe. If I've understood some of his shenanigans. That's actually it, but with the lights you need to add... like copper lantern, but then there's loads of different copper lanterns. So we'll probably go for the fully oxidized one. All right, here's a little something that we can do right now and come back to later. I'm going to put this on the list. So the best type of copper lantern for us to have... how many of these do I want, really? Oh, you do it with copper torch, don't you? Don't you, lad? You need copper torch for that one. Yeah, that's the way. Okay, maybe I'll make a few more. That's not a crazy amount. But here is how we deal with the fact that there are 8 of those. We put in the fully aged one, and then we can scrape it down to the one we want. Where am I going here? This place is a bit of a... Wait, where am I going? This is the one I want. It's a bit weird navigating this area. We can wax and we can scrape. So when you store copper, and there's 8 different types, and you sort of want the max from it, you just want the fully aged stuff, right? So fully aged copper lanterns are like another missing item inside of that shulker box, and that will be the logic that we carry to other copper items. Whenever we're like, hey, I need copper bars in there, it's like you store the type that I'm holding right now, which is actually something we'll do. We'll put those in there. We will. Let's get some more while we're here. Yo, Funky Capybara #1. Thank you for 13 months, my dude. Appreciate it. Been subscribed for a whole year. Awesome, yeah. Whole year. As usual, Xisuma's base slowly forms a labyrinth. Does it? Because season 9 was kind of labyrinthy. Season 10 a little bit. Season 8 definitely not. Season 8 was spread out. Season 7 was spread out. I mean, yeah, okay, maybe last season and definitely the one before were a bit labyrinthy. I think next season I might be incentivized to go decentralized. I really enjoyed doing that in the past and kind of want to give that a try again. Season 6 we did decentralized basing, you know. Yo, Goofy Me coming in with gifted subs to Riri Autopsy, Cuckoo for Cocoa Puff, J in a Box, Holsteroni, and Christopher Mate. If you heard your name be read out loud, be sure to say thanks in the chat. And yo, Safrine11, thank you for subscribing. Goofy Me, thank you again, my dude. Appreciate it. Appreciate the gifting of the subs. What's a decentralized base? Well, you know, saying decentralized is probably a bit misleading. I didn't have a base in Season 6. The concept of that season was that we were going to decorate like this entire island together, like in different areas and regions. So I didn't have a base. I just built all over the place, and I kind of want to try that again because that was a lot of fun. Gets you thinking a little different about the game when the opportunity arises. All right, so copper lantern is on my list. That means we've covered everything in that box. Now, check this out. So last season I had rockets because I was using my wings more. I had totems of undying, golden apples. These things are quite unnecessary. I do not need 3 stacks of golden apples. The food is a good one. The scaffolding is a good one. So I've merged in these. Do you know what else goes here? XP bottles are definitely good. So anyway, I've merged another one that I had that had buckets and potions. These have been merged into here along with keeping ender pearls. So there's no ender pearls in this one, right? No, I left them in there. Like, why would I need ender pearls in 2 places? Excuse me. In fact, with all these free slots, I kind of feel like I could probably move a bit more of this stuff further back and free up our whole box. But because I'm freeing up a lot of space, I'm not sure that I need that straight away. Anyway, there's just XP bottles from that one. So in here, we're looking at... I took out armor stands deliberately. Enchanting table? So I need a book. I've only got one. I've only got 1 piece of leather. I could have swore I went and killed a bunch of cows the other day to get loads of leather, but I'm guessing I used it all whilst sorting that stuff out. So, pretty typical. Speed potions instead of rockets. I don't need them. Like, if I start using them and I'm like, oh, I should use these more and I'll have them, then yeah. But like, I don't think I'm going to use them often. So like, why put them in there, right? That's kind of what I'm doing when I look back and I go, oh look, I put in 3 stacks of golden apples, and when did I ever use them? You know, once in a while. But like, there's more items in the game now, so we're going to need more space. I'm going to have a chest or 2 dedicated to copper, so freeing up space is kind of a big deal, right? By the way, I will say chest a lot when I mean shulker box. Why not bundle together some of the tool stations into 1 slot? Bundles, honestly, Autumn, that is a great suggestion to mix in bundles as well. It's just a case of, until I really need that, I probably won't. It's an interesting thought, though, because if you decide and you say, I'm probably never going to need more than a few of these blocks at a time, and you put them together in a bundle, then you free up slots for more and more materials. My philosophy with the shulker box is for it to give you access to 1 stack of every type of item. And then when we group together deep slate, something like that, we get a bunch of leftover stacks. And so maybe I'm like, okay, we'll have multiple stacks of cobbled, because if you are building, you use this to make all the other types, and then it makes your ability to build on the spot like a lot deeper. You can go further with your builds if you have more stacks. So less running around looking for materials is kind of the philosophy there. So bundles is actually a really good way to deal with that. There's probably stuff in there that bundles would like help a lot already. We might end up condensing this thing even further. Like my attitude at the moment has been reduce a bit and like continue using it the same way, but maybe we need to think like let's take every opportunity here to really make this as good as it could be. Interesting stuff. This stuff fascinates me, like the sort of management of things like inventory, just because it's a bit more obscure, but it has like a big impact on your game, right? like how much time do you spend playing the game? How much of that time spent is running around grabbing materials? Because it happens so much in this game. It used to be a part of the game's charm. I remember some of my early Hermitcraft episodes were about building the infrastructure to move items around. This was before you could just fly around with an elytra. This is before you had shulker boxes. You're like, I'm going to build this big thing over there, and I've got to figure out how to get these chests of materials. You know, am I going to walk back and forth? Am I going to set up a rail? And that was actually an interesting component of the game, funny enough. Yo, so thanks a lot. Thank you for 113 months. Have I heard of Masterpiece? He was the opening act for Franz Ferdinand, and I couldn't stop listening to them since I saw him live. Please give it a go. Sure, I've got a notepad open. Masterpiece. I've had a bit of like an itch to find a new musician or something to get into. So I will check it out. Yeah, I've had that bit of an itch. You know, you get that itch every now and then, don't you? All right, so coming back over here, I would say, although you could maybe take things like feathers and books and condense them a little, I would be pretty comfortable with most of this stuff being stacks. Bowls are not really that useful, but I just kind of wanted to have a bit of everything in here. Same for Eye of Enders. Some of this stuff is very, like, you want to go to an end, find an end portal and get your Eyes of Ender. But I could see the clock and the compass being something that you could just bundle together, because you're not going to want a crazy amount of them. Let's go back to this one. These are all pretty much like one stack items, except the carved pumpkin. Maybe you could have a bundle for your nuggets. But then, there is a flaw with the bundle. There is a flaw. I just figured out what the flaw is. Have you figured it out? Tell me what the flaw with the bundle is. Have I thought about writing music on stream, and if you ever feel like it? I want to find a moment to do it in the future. I don't know when that'll be, but I feel like there might be a moment to do it at some point in the future, and I want to do that. Just, it ain't going to be anytime soon, I can tell you that. The Sacrificial Rogue is here with the Prime. Carter Robert Cook is here for 2 months. Grim B is here with the Prime. And Wavia Paradox here for 15. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. You can't auto refill them. Exactly, yeah. Exactly. I want to make a note about that. Now, would it be amazing if Mojang added some sort of tech where, like, an item going into a container that has a bundle, it can also find that space in the bundle? That would be an interesting little something to add. I don't know how powerful it would be, but it would seem interesting for sure. So that's unfortunately kind of spoiled that one, I think. Unless there's like a bunch of unique items that you have that are non-stackables, like these going into a bundle together, that makes sense because they're all unique. But I can't think of, maybe like brewing ingredients, something you never have a lot of and don't really restock. But yeah, I think the bundle is out. I don't think the bundle works. Yeah, unfortunately I can't see it working, but having the game like look at the bundle as part of the inventory in a chest would be fascinating. Mojang can make it so a bundle attaches to the bottom of a hopper, like an open sack and an industrial ceiling. I don't think that's the way to do it, no. That doesn't sound very Minecrafty to me. Yeah, I don't think that's the way. Right, so why did we were trying to make an enchanting table, so I have obsidian here, and we would need a diamond, and then we would need a book. Can you see how tedious this is? Like, I've done so much running around to get this far. It's 1 book and 2 diamonds, right? There you go. I haven't run a test yet either, in case you were curious. Just 1 there, please, just 1. And that's where the wheat goes. Full stack. Perfect. And that means that this one here is done. So, because we move some things around... Brewing stand, by the way, is in another one. Let's go like that. Yeah. So the brewing stand is also in the brewing chest, but that one, it feels like it's a good idea to have that in 2 places. Now, what we want next is... Can you see how there's some missing items? Like, we know what the iron bar top right is, but the ones on the left, I don't know if they're empty spaces or things that were missing. Like, if there were some items that were supposed to go there at some point in time. So, anyway, this is all coral blocks. Plus the 2 types of fans, or whatever they're called. Then we have seagrass, turtle eggs. So this is a little adventure. Lily pads. I'm pretty sure I've actually got them somewhere. And then sponges, and I think it's just small drip leaf, which we would get probably from a cave. I probably won't go for that one for a long time. The complicated thing with bundles is the fact that you can't put an unstackable item in it. And if you put something that stacks into 16, it fills up 4/64 of a bundle. So normal stacking by 1/64 of it, and then a non-stackable is 64. Kind of confusing, but makes sense when you think about it. I think it does make sense. I don't think it's that confusing. I just think it's... Maybe it catches you out when you first get introduced to it, but as soon as you think about it, it does make sense. Why did I come up here again? Lily pad, I think, might have been filtered somewhere. It was filtered into here. That's another thought that's crossed my mind, which is I could start to, like, mirror some of the filtering schemes to my shulker boxes a little bit. You know, so you're used to seeing certain items together. It kind of looks like I only ever got 1 lily pad, which just doesn't sound right. Fair enough. Fair enough. So I do need lily pads. And then we need sponges. Okay, that's the blue one. I iron barred all of that up. That's good. That's good. So then here, there's quite a few things like... let's see. Birch sapling. Then we need spruce logs. Oak leaves. Birch leaves. A lot of this will just be going and grabbing these items from nearby just for the filters. Cherry leaves. Pale oak leaves. Do pale oak have their own leaves? Of course they do. They're kind of like grey, right? And I like this here, right? Check this out. Whoops. What else would I put in here? It follows the same scheme, right? So sapling, log, and leaf. Now, bamboo doesn't have a leaf. I could maybe put the stripped type there, but it's kind of one and the same. So beyond here, is there any other wood-related stuff that might be worth putting into here? I could possibly put in, like, planks of every single type. I think might be a good shout. Alright, now we need the fungies for them, and I can't help but feel they went somewhere else already. Is it back here? I've got, like, a nether one. There you go. So that's what they would be, right? They would just be the fungi, and then that means that appears in 2 places. I can't help but feel, since they are for growing in trees, maybe they're redundant in here. This might not be the best place to have them. And then you free up a little bit more space for other materials if you so decide to do it that way around. I think I'm going to do it the other way around. I'm going to take them out and put them in there. I also really need more iron bars. Oh, look. I had leather all along. Of course I did. Just forgot where to look. Right, lots of iron bars, please. I reckon I'm going to need loads. Netherwarts? I don't... netherwarts isn't like a wood material, right? All the bamboo variants. No. Do you have shells? They just seem popular. I got shells, yeah. I think planks makes much more sense because you build a lot with planks as well, right? Or maybe just a second bunch of logs. Because they are just condensed planks in a way, right? I think maybe that does make sense. A second bunch of logs. And then they'll add some more in the future that'll mess me up, of course. I think I'm going to go for a second lot. Ladders and chests are as normal from any wood. They've already got a home somewhere else, so we don't... Like, I'm avoiding doubling up, because I noticed I doubled up a lot. Okay, so we've got no spruce logs. That being said, I actually think there might be spruce logs back here. Because... Maybe not. I don't know. I now have, like, quite a few places that have just got junk lying around. Which is why... there you go. This is one of the reasons I'm really keen to finish this off. Is so that I can run all the junk through and just get a feel for if it works or not. When we get around to the copper chest, I want some of that for it. I will probably want the bulbs. I want those fully oxidized, really. I guess while we're here, we can scavenge for other related materials, right? Don't think there's anything there. What about strip log? Because they are harder to collect. So, the same reason that I just said, let's not put planks in because logs are condensed logs. Like, why would I put in strip logs when I have to strip them to put them in? And then, if I want regular logs and I'm out, now I've got strip logs lying around. Like, because you make these things out of the logs, it makes sense to just store them at this level. Is how I'm thinking about it. Glow lichen. Actually, no, I think we've put that in already. And again, these. I really need these oxidized. There's going to be a bunch of that. I should probably move on to copper quickly, but I'm still kind of making my way through stuff like one at a time. Right, whatever. That'll age a little bit maybe by the time we're out of here. Okay, so we're going to go oak, birch, spruce, jungle. I think I'll make it so that it's one of each for now, and the most of them are in here. Dark oak, yeah. I mean, I don't need to say it. You can. Oh, look, I only got one mangrove, and we just had some mangrove back here. Typical. What is that mod that adds the window next to your inventory? Looks interesting. It's no mod at all. It is just an image that I've put on the screen. It is screenshots of my... I actually think this is the Season 9 setup. Because I went into the Season 10 world looking at stuff, and then I went to look for the images of them on my hard drive, and I found these, and I actually think these are from Season 9. So it could be that I updated things last season, and now I'm just doing it again. Okay, so when we come to our second chest here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That one didn't get in. 8, 9. And then a second of each of those. So now we take with us a lot of stuff here. I'm kind of looking at that and thinking, if you took the logs out from here and just put them in the bottom, all the logs would be in the same one together, which maybe suggests that we put these into the other one. I don't know. Like having saplings and do you know what? I'm gonna totally rearrange this. I think there's a better way to do this now that I've seen that. Okay, and we're gonna make it this box first. I can see it in my head how to do this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I guess take these items out first. Double them up. Trying to keep stuff in some sort of respectable order, but it's all going to change. It's all going to change big time. So crimson, we only got one crimson out. Why did I do it like that? Take everything out. It's all going up here. Right, so you'd have 2 lots of bamboo, then 2 lots of that, then 2 lots of this, yeah? That leaves you 3 left over. That 3 could be for like a new wood type that they might add. So that's pretty good. And that's, you know, building materials, you can get a lot done with 2 stacks of wood. That's really good. So then when we come back down to this level, we're looking at continuing the order that we had before. Then putting the leaves directly below them. Okay, and then it would be the turn of bamboo, crimson, and warped. Now these technically don't have leaves, but maybe you could argue instead of putting that in here, I should just put that and the other type into this one. So that would mean we'd have a stack of the red ones next to that. So red warp blocks is another thing that I need. Alright, so between the two, we've kind of shuffled them about a little bit. I think that's a really good way to do it. Let's go to our next one. So, similar concept here. We got most of our redstone stuff. I need to go to the desert to get sand and terracotta. And then make TNT after the fact. Now, there are more redstone components that have been added, but it's not quite enough to stretch it to a second box like I originally thought I would do. I will probably have a little think through later with that one because there's quite a lot of redstone stuff you can include, like wooden buttons, for example. But I was thinking, if you want to bring like more building power with you, you know, you've already got like a stack of stone somewhere, and like you make buttons out of stone. So, like, am I wasting a slot here because this could be stone, and stone can become more building options? So that's kind of my thinking there with how I've done it before, is maybe not focus too much on every single item, you know? Okay, so the next one, gas tiers. That's a trip to the Nether. Get a few of those. We got phantom membrane sorted. Then there's a gap here between my 2 images, right? Oh, that's because I've put this the wrong way around. That's good. Spotted that. We've added in breeze rods and breeze charge, obviously, but now we need pufferfish. Now, pufferfish will be for our trip to the ocean. Then we need a golden carrot, which will probably be a crafting thing that I could do right now. Same for the fermented spider eye and glistening melon, actually. That's a good point. 3 of those ingredients we could do now. And then dragon's breath. I think I might just ask if anyone's got a spare dragon's breath, because I don't really want to go fight the dragon. Now, the other day in chat, someone thought the dragon, and someone else was like, can you get me some dragon's breath? And I think it was Gem, so I might have to ask if I can get 1 or 2. Probably 2 of them for a filter in the shulker box and up here. But again, it's the kind of item where unless you're like really going out of your way to get some, it's... Do you know what? The melon is already down below, now that I think about it. Yeah, it's like not really worth it unless you need it. It's kind of what I'm thinking early game here. Then brown mushroom. I think all the mushroom... yeah, fermented mushroom. Is that what it is? Fermented spider eye? All of that stuff's down below as well. It's just the carrot. Did X ever make a video on his trial chamber farm design, or was it someone else's design? It was my own design, and I made, I think, a couple of episodes on it from last season. So if you want to know how to make it, just go check out last season's playlist of Hermitcraft and get to the bit with the trial chambers. Okay, so that one goes there. So somewhere in here there's a melon, right? And I never made like a shulker box for all the different food types in the game because, you know, every now and then you need a little bit of something, but we're here to make it powerful for going around and building is the core concept, I think. So in goes a glistening melon, and then we need to make the fermented spider eye, which we make with that, and brown mushrooms. And as I say it out loud, all of a sudden it occurs to me that I know where this stuff is. You You need an axe to harvest a tree, don't you? Silk axe? Then we need bone meal to grow mushrooms, and then we need podzol. Podzol is somewhere here. Ah. Maybe I can find some outside. Throyer in chat says, how's it going? It's alright, it's alright. We're doing... Like, I logged on today and I was like, what do I want to do? If I want to go build adventure, I kind of like taking my ender chest with me, and we're in the middle of, like, redoing all that inventory. I kind of realized I just need to stick to the plan, which is redoing the inventory right now, right? Just stick with this because I power through this. Oh, do you know what? This is Silk Touch. I power through this and we take things to the next level, right? It's important that I do this right now, so here we are doing it. You know what? I had a chest and I destroyed it. And I think I moved the contents of that chest over here. I don't see the mushrooms. I'm a little concerned as to where I have placed or misplaced my mushrooms now. Look, see, the podzol is still there from the last time I did the mushrooms. There we go. Right. We're going to get quite a few things together now. Is it the axe? It's the axe. So I need... Yeah, I need the blocks, and I came here for a brown mushroom, but we've already got some. And remember, when all of this is in my shulker box, it means that you can just come over here and farm on the spot, which I love. Alright, then we grow that one up. And we silk touch that, and these will go into our shulker boxes. And now we can go finish making everything we need to for the brewing as well. Alright, question for y'all. Are you enjoying this? Is this interesting? I gotta fill up my shulker boxes. Not the most interesting thing, right? Is what I would guess. Heart Game is enjoying it. That's good to see. That's good to see. I'm your background noise. Fall asleep to X's white background, drone white noise. Just me doing that for hours on end. That's your fall asleep music right there. Yeah, some of you think it's interesting. Oh, that's good. That's good. I want to keep it interesting. Get y'all maybe thinking about how you're going to do your setups and stuff. So, right, that's the fermented spider eye in. We've got these 3 written on our list, so we're not worrying about that. Let's jump ahead. So yellow is done. You'll see here that last time I had a few more stacks of sand. They will fill up these spaces on the side. Okay, this I'm going to rethink a little bit. And then we get to the red mushroom one right here. So you can see that I am lacking that down the bottom. I need to go and get cobwebs. Let's write that on the list. That's just going to a mine shaft. I could do that now if I wanted to. We need rooted dirt. The thing that goes underneath it. I can actually grow that from rooted dirt. What am I on about? I can literally do this right now. Oh yeah, check that out. Okay, that's cool. Do I got shears lying around? Yep. I could make a few more for decorative reasons, right? But here's the thing, can't be asked. Can't be asked. Can't be asked. I'm going to put the melons in there since we're not doing that right now. That was next to dripstone. Mycelium. Mycelium is the block missing. I didn't actually get that last season. Mycelium. Okay, it's on my list. Let's play decorative out. What's decorative out? Is that just a decked out pun? Ah, this was the other thing. This was the other thing that I also got a minute ago. These ones. Look at that. We are making so much progress here. It's awesome. Okay, next one. Additional stack of endstone and then empty spaces, right? Like, that's actually done. I've just left those extra spaces visible for now. After that, we have this one. Totally done. I took a trip to Cleo's farm and pinched a bunch of stacks to fill up these filters. That was awesome. Thank you so much, Cleo. Then the bucket. Okay, so this is one that I've looked at and gone, I hardly used that. That was a waste of a shulker box. So condensed it into this one here, right? Now what I'm missing when I look at it again is an actual stack of buckets. We got an iron farm now, people. We got an iron farm. And it is... Dude, this iron farm is cranking it out. It's cranking it out, man. Nice. Nice. I'm very happy with that. And it's not even a scare the villager farm, you know? Alright, so I do need to go get an additional lava bucket. Let me put that on my list. Should definitely have a couple of those. And then when it comes to the different potion types, look, these ones are good if you're going to go into combat all of a sudden. I don't need one of everything, right? I've also got my fire res over here. I was kind of wondering if I should just put the potions in there. So this chest could possibly be condensed into like a few other ones, you know? In fact, this one I think I want to reorder a little bit just because I need to remind myself like what is now a 3 slot and what is something I'm missing, essentially. So like that's actually that and that, they're gone. I don't want them anymore, right? Ender pearls, they go somewhere else. Eye of Ender, honestly, probably not a great pick to have in there, right? Flint, occasionally you want to make flint and steel. One argument you could make is if you're doing decorative stuff with item frames, you might want an Eye of Ender. I also think that the rabbit hide is gone. I think rabbit hides are goner. And when do I ever use bowls, right? But I'll be kind and leave those in there for now. So if I now go do this, the Wither Skull is still a slot. So there's one for the Wither Skull. We're kind of looking at... Brain! People! I got a brain! It just gave me an idea! Did you? I even clapped my hands. I was so happy with that idea. I was like, Brain, you are so good. Tell me more, Brain. Tell me more. Have I got... I feel like I have the thing I'm looking for lying around. Anyway, I don't. Brain! Woo! Brain is braining! Yeah, let's get some brain hype in the chat. Did you know that the brain named itself? Dude, it came up with that name. That's wild, man. Dear Shemi, thank you for 79 months. The counter keeps going up. Love your content so far this season. Many memories down the lane. And probably more to be implemented. Norway represent. Awesome. Thank you for the amazing support. Appreciate it. Bert says my brain is called Bob. Well, you just referred to it as brain. You're trying to be clever. But you still said brain. Do you like my genie idea that I just had? I feel like free slot is that, and red is a bit more like, it's got a bit more of a alert feeling or like seriousness. So we're saying that something goes there. I'm still a little undecided on what to put in here, but it was buckets, but now there's somewhere else. So I think what we'll do. Oh, you see, I kind of want to move those other potions over. I think Ender Pearls would probably go a lot better in that chest than this one. And food as well. Oh, look at this inventory. There isn't an inventory. My inventory is filling up trying to manage my inventory. Like, that's what's happening right now. Okay, so we have that many slots. This feels like a much better fit. Right? And then iron means just a free slot. And, you know, maybe some of this stuff gets shuffled around. Like, they're going to add a spear. Yeah, they're adding a spear. This feels so right, though. Maybe I should put my fire res somewhere else. Okay, I'm gonna leave 2 slots there, and then we'll group potions together now. I've been umming and ahhing about keeping this on me as well. I think I got one more fire res lying around somewhere. You haven't told us what your idea is, by the way, says Callie. Callie, you are not paying attention. You must have been multitasking. Notice how I always blame multitasking? Powerballs 2025, thank you for 10 months. Appreciate it. Thank you ever so much. I knew I had another one. Oh, and why? Oh, they're there. Okay, some stuff is still in here for these filters. Because, like, I'm doing all these Shulker box ones, and there's, like, a whole bunch more up here that need doing as well. I got a message on from the mods, and I can't see it, by the way. I can't see it while I'm doing the Shulker box stuff. That real estate has been designated to put in the Shulker box on the screen, so if it's super urgent... Oh, do you know what? I'll just have a look and then minimize it. Hey! awesome. Thank you, Becca. If I get another message, I won't be able to... wait. Can I... Let me think. Yeah, okay. I've juggled it. So if I get another message, I might notice that something changes on that screen. Wow. I need 4 monitors, clearly. Alright, so they're not reserved for anything. Therefore, we'll double up our potions over here. Lots of free slots. I actually want to put milk and powdered snow in here. So I'm going to just do this for now. To remind myself I have ideas for what goes in there. This is really great because now we get to properly distinguish the difference between a free slot and something else. I think I still want to have a conduit and I want to have the name tags. The extra stack of obsidian I feel is unnecessary. So we've got... I've done that the wrong way around. We've got a free slot at the bottom. That looks so cool. Who would have thought? No one at Mojang thought this is how copper bars would get used, did they? No one thought that. Now, where's the next one? Lights. Did I skip past it? I did. Okay, so like frog lamps are reserved. As is crying obsidian, which I think is in 2 places again. Sea pickles. And then these are actually free slots down the bottom. These are like... Oh, no, wait. One of them's going to be for the copper lamp. So now we're looking like that. Now we're looking like we got 2 spare slots at the end. I like this. This is awesome. We've done that one. Those are both spares, so we keep it the same. I'm pretty sure everything in here... Possibly these 2, right? I don't want to log out and go into creative mode, but... Can anyone guess? Can anyone guess what is ocean related that might go into those 2 slots? Because otherwise they're free slots. So we'll do that for now. Oh, that's so good that we can do that. That's so good. Those are free. The one below it would have... actually, the red one would be there. Okay, it's those 4 and everything else. Oh, wait. I got them with me. I've literally... Oh, never picked up any birch saplings. You absolute donut. Okay. Oak leaves. Dark oak leaves. Yeah, still a few there to get. But that's so much better. Nautilus stuff. Oh, Heart of the Sea and Nautilus. The shells. Yes, corals. They are probably... Actually, yeah, good point. So... Where is my ocean list? Okay, I've done that. Conduit goes in another chest. That's a good shout. Sea pickles is in another chest. Trying to avoid doubling up. But I think y'all are right. It's probably the Nautilus shell and the Heart of the Sea. The Heart of the Sea you use to make a conduit. You could hold on to one for aesthetic reasons, but yeah. I think it's just the one, actually, looking at the rest here. Dead coral. Oh, interesting. Dead corals, yeah. I've skipped over dead corals. The thing is, again, this is the concept of the Shulker box stuff, is like to condense as much of the game's building possibilities into your backpack. You already have dead corals, right? Now, Julie Palm has figured it out. If you can't figure it out, you can read the message, or you can sit and think and see if you can figure it out. It's the same way that logs, why would you store shelves? Why would you store strip logs? Why would you store planks? When you could store this, right? Because it gives you access to all of them. That is a reserved item. All 3 of these are also reserved. And here's the thing. Brewing has more ingredients now, doesn't it? I think it might be smart to actually move amethyst out of here and put it into a different one. Okay, these are 3 for now, but technically I'm going to put sand in there, but, you know, I was wondering about putting these 2 into the previous one, right? Maybe put cactus in there as well. Okay, that is reserved. Cobwebs here, and then... What goes down there? That might actually be a legit free slot. I'm not sure. I am not sure. I probably need to go check my like season 10 stuff at some point. Those are all legit free slots. That's all filled up. And yeah, we're absolutely looking really good on this whole organization thing. Now, let's come back down to our nether stuff. Like, I've included nether warts here, but that probably is best just left over there, right? With the brewing stuff. I did a lot of doubling up in the past. Like, magma block appears in lights, I think. But I think I might keep them together on this occasion, just because they're quite a good build aesthetic. So those were going to be the equivalent of... Man, I started struggling with words all of a sudden. Just started struggling with the words, didn't I? Right, anyway, 5 free slots in our nether chest. Lots in that. That's all for Skulk. Right, we haven't got this far ahead yet, by the way. All right, let's keep in line with the pictures for a second. Everything in here is reserved. Obsidian and crying obsidian means we double up. So I'm going to do that and say if they add something, there's 2 extra slots. Now in here, I feel like we should take out stone because it doubles up. Sorry, stone buttons because it just doubles up the space, right? I'm also thinking of taking these out and putting them somewhere else, but for now we'll leave it like that. Because if I balance it out a little bit, in a chest like this, I could put in an extra stack of stone. That means you get an extra stack of all these building materials, right? That's the philosophy here. Now, we could probably move amethyst and this stuff together and then give ourselves 2 slots of extra andesite, granite, and diorite, which makes all of those blocks. That feels like a very good fit. And then we're going to do something with tough as well. Okay, so going back to the nether ones, I don't think we're missing anything out of there because we've shuffled things. Then we've got deep slate, which we looked at. Did we look at deep slate? We skip over deep slate. Here's deep slate. This gives you a lot of free spaces in which, again, to put in your cobbled deep slate and your regular deep slate. Then we've got blackstone. So that's where I need to write stuff onto my list. Blackstone. Blackstone. Skulk. Where's the skulk related stuff here? Man, this list is so long that it took me a minute to find it. So we're talking about skulk block, skulk vein, the record disc fragment, which really doesn't need to go in there, but I'll get it on my adventures. And then what's that skulk thing there called? I forget what that is. So we got skulk shrieker, skulk. I'm missing the calibrated sensor. And what's the last one I got to write there? Catalyst. Yeah, okay, I got all of those written down. Echo shard, thank you. Yeah, we'll get an echo shard. I'm not sure that I'll keep those things in the ender chest so much anymore. The idea was like access to decorative blocks, but that's a bit niche, isn't it? Also, I think we're going to get rid of keeping stones in here. Maybe pressure plates goes as well, because I just feel like they're not a big part of building. And if they are, you're just going to rip it out of blackstone. So like a stack of blackstone still gives you a stack of buttons. Calibrated, not in redstone. That's a good point. Some of the skulk stuff could go into here quite easily. I guess when we get it, I'll make a decision. But I think I definitely want a second redstone box, because I'm going to do so much redstone later that I think I would like a chest with like multiple stacks of droppers and wire and, you know, some components that I'm going to use a lot. All right, we got glass. Now, this doesn't look good because I initially set up... How did it work? You had 16 colors plus the regular. So 16 times 2 is 32, but you got 27 slots. Now, if I could move this stuff into 2 different glass chests, you could keep all the colors. But what I ended up thinking was, basically, you've got glass here and you've got dyes together. So you can make this stuff on the road. So I kind of kept in some glass that I had a lot of lying around. There's also tinted glass in there, which I haven't crafted yet, and I think I will probably just forget unless I take care of it now. So, and I don't want to write it down and make a note. Like, let's just... Where's the amethyst stuff again? It was here. Let's just get a couple pieces of that. Might throw some in the filter up top, you know? Okay. But glass is another one that needs a rethink. So tinted glass, we'll do something with that at some point. Not sure quite when. What else here is now junk that can just be sorted away? I mean, podzol and rooted dirt could just go back into... Which one are they again? Green? Yeah, there you go. Alright, that can go there. There you go, a little bit cleaner now. I feel like I've accumulated an extra stack of ender pearls. That's because I have. I keep my ender pearls in here. Just emergency pearls go in there. Copper rods. Yeah, we haven't got around to copper yet either. Okay, let's see what's beyond glass. Tough. Oh, that's the last one. Alright, so I think we had some really good ideas that we should execute. Now, I also need to pick colors for these boxes, right? Last season, I kept them all black. I think I would like to have a little more color coding. So these ones are like supposed to be in an order, which is why I avoided using other colors to not get them mixed up. But all it really takes is a little bit more observational skills. You know, you just need to be a little slow. You need to be like, when I'm clicking these into place, just check they're the right one. And that's super easy because when we have a shulker box in our inventory, we can see what's inside it. We can see the name of it. So that idea can go, is what I'm saying. I think for stone, that color makes sense. Maybe this one is the same color too. That one could be a gray color as well. That's going to be black. So's deep slate, and that's going to be red. So black, black, and red. And then I think the rest might be gray. Yeah, I think I want them to be that shade of gray as well. Okay, so one red, and we need two black, which means I need to take some ink sacs, really, and divvy them up. Wait, that was wrong. Okay, by the way, I haven't done any renaming. If you've noticed, I'm going to leave renaming to much later. So that's your deep slate. Then you want that one. Maybe brown for this one? Nah, I'm gonna stick with that. That's like stone. That makes sense. I think I'll even do the tough box this way as well. And we've literally got one left, which makes me think, let's go ahead and dye it. This is full of junk, I know, but we'll make it work. Okay, there we go. Yo, Tanny Glace, thank you for 76 months. And also Caboose521 with the Prime. I wasn't sure if I caught that one, so if you're still there, thank you. Apologise for being a little bit late on that. Yeah, we'll come back to this one. So now we're looking at, like... I think I might put the black ones on the side of our system and the red one at the bottom. Like that. You know what? Maybe I should change... I think black's a bit much. Maybe I should change it to that colour. What do you think, chat? I kind of feel like black's actually a bit much. They're darker building materials, but... the black, it's just a little too much darkness. I think I'm going to change that. Yeah, I'm going to change that one. Right, I'm going to stand... Oh my god, I've been streaming for over an hour. I'm going to stand up. How does the system work, says Rockstar Whoosh. Okay, question for the chat. Hands up in chat if you don't know how the shulker box sorting system works. Did I press the animation button? If I did, it's playing again. No idea. Well, no, raise your hand. Or do you mean you have no idea how to raise your hand? Okay, I see 1, I see 2, I see 3, I see 4. I see I've got a 5, 6, 7, I've got an 8, 9, 10. 10, 11, 12, we get 12 over here, 13 over there, 14, 15, 16, I'm losing count, 22, 25. Okay, we've definitely got a lot of people here. Definitely got a lot of people here who don't understand it. Okay. What a great opportunity to learn, people. Let me educate. By the way, 1,500 peeps tuning in. Hope y'all are enjoying the beginning of this season of Hermitcraft. Lots going on. Hope you're having a good time of it. Be sure to hit the follow button over here on Twitch if you want to catch more of these live streams. I might get a little more frequent with some of my streaming. It's weird because I told myself to like stop doing that, but I've not got much on, basically. I've not got much on this December. Like, the next 2 weeks up until Christmas, like a few days before Christmas, things start getting really busy. I've not got a lot on. There's not a lot on the calendar. Maybe I'll stream a bit more. I don't know. Maybe that can be our thing for a while, right? You love tuning into a stream every once in a while. Awesome, my dude. Thanks for tuning in. Boundless Ints, subscribing. Thank you ever so much. Now, I have Educate Away, sir, says Giant Mushroom. Yes, I have set y'all up for some educational something or other. I was going to make it sound so good, and then I was like, brain fart. Right, okay. Okay, how do we do this? How do we do this? You see this layout right here? It is very specifically 3x9 because that is the size of an ender chest. Now, with an ender chest and a silk touch pick, you can have access to a lot of inventory space, which means a lot of building options, okay? Check this out. Check out my bundle. I've always got ender chests with me. I'm out and about, I'm exploring the world, I'm building, I'm doing whatever. I can open this ender chest up and it will give me access to all of the blocks that we have here, but we want to refill those blocks the easy way, the lazy way. We don't want to do it manually, no. So, we need a sorting system. Currently, we don't actually have a proper input, but if I were to put items into these chests over here, they would filter into this incredible redstone contraption. I'm going to use Cheaty FreeCam just to show you how amazing it is. It was designed by Cybot, who is a redstone wizard and a storage system expert. So what all of this crazy canoodling here with the redstone does is it sorts items through the hoppers in a sequential order so that they can filter into the chests in front of them. Now, this is why you will see iron bars. These are actually filters to stop there from being empty chests, okay? The copper bars are my way of saying I've got an item that I want to go there in the future, but these other slots are free. Now, we've grouped things together based on usefulness, based on like value, dyeing. Obviously, all the dyes are together so we can dye stuff, right? Why would you put them in separate shulker boxes? And remember, this is always accessible wherever we go because we put it back into our ender chest. So we want to compact as much building potential, as much usefulness into our ender chest as we can. And this is the end result, right? Like, so many of the game's different blocks, and they will hopefully stay topped up. How do I even figure this out? Well, like thinking about it and then putting it into action, right? Like, you got a problem in front of you. Oh, building in Minecraft is slow. Oh, I keep traveling back and forth to find building materials for this. I looked at my build and I thought, wouldn't it be nice if we had prismarine? And then I had to go travel and get some and come back. No. Put it in your shulker. Put it in your ender chest. And to get the most out of your ender chest, you've got to use shulker boxes. Are you with me? Okay. So that's kind of how that works, right? Now, every season that I come back to building this system again, I tend to reevaluate how I did it last time. For example, I used to always leave ender chests in my ender chest just in case you need more. But now I kind of use the bundle to hold on to a few, so we've freed up one extra space for a shulker box. And I'm also like compacting things as well. Mexican Elmo says Minecrafters doing everything in their power not to play Minecraft. I disagree. I think the thing about Minecraft is creating and building, okay? And if you want to play it as a inventory management game, go right ahead. But to me, it's a game of expressing creativity, and the barrier to creativity is essentially, like, if you think about the difference between survival mode and creative mode and how much faster you can build in creative, right? It's like that. However, I like survival. I like that you have to build farms and infrastructure. I like that you have to create contraptions. That stuff is really fun. But the bit that isn't is constantly fighting the inventory. And I also feel like to an extent, I kind of feel like the game could empower the player more to create more by making it less finicky with having so many items, because you want to try something and now you have to navigate through this web of materials and crafting, and like the time it takes to do that takes away from that moment where you're like, I'm doing my building and I want to try something here. In creative mode, it's like, you know, you open up your inventory, you type out the name of the thing you want. I mean, I've even got this mod, right? And I don't use it a lot in survival. I need to use it more. This will swap out the items, right? In creative mode, it's like, hey, I'm detailing. Bam, let's put an anvil down in our area. What else looks good with an anvil? Maybe a stonecutter nearby. You make the space that you're building more immersive, right? Now, there's a barrier to doing that, and it is time, and that is because of the design of the game and the UI. If you want to argue that that's the charm of the game, and if it charms you, then awesome, thumbs up. It doesn't charm me. It feels like a barrier. Therefore, I want to make building and doing things a lot easier. So now, when I'm out and about in my fields, and I'm like, ooh, wouldn't it be interesting if we put a little bit of rooted dirt next to our packed mud and maybe tried some jungle slabs? I don't have to go back and forth to my base to grab stuff. I've got it all in my ender chest. And if I don't have enough in my ender chest, I'll have enough to start building and know that's the material that I want. So when I go back to my base, I'm not going all the way back there to then come back and find out, oh, that block combination I just tried didn't work. And this is a problem in this game because it has that many levels of combination of block that it will always waste your time. It just will. It'll just happen because there is too much complexity. If I could redesign some aspects of this game, one of them I think about a fair bit is air quotes material value. Meaning, when you mine stone and stuff, like what if you could hold on to, I don't know, instead of 64, but 1,000 of material value of stone. And in your inventory, you got to hold on to it, right? But stone, when you have it, well, where's the box of stone? Be over here. It lets you place it as stone, stone stairs, stone slab, pressure plate, button, wall, even the bricks. Like, all of these 12 different things could be condensed into just material value of one thing. You go mine stone. When you want to place it, you can now place all of these blocks right here. You got a little interface. You know, you press the button and you select which block you want to place. The material value in your stack converts into you placing that block in front of you, right? Does that make sense? Are you with me? Because, like, yes, crafting is a part of this game. The block management is good, but it's gone too far. It's like, look at how many different items are in this game now. It's just become cluttered beyond belief and needs simplifying. So anyway, this is like my personal response to all of that. This is my attempt to try and best manage the inventory that I can. To do my best of it, basically, right? So I'm gonna move the basalt calcite stuff into its own chest with tough. Maybe all of that stuff will fit together. Okay, and then I've also got a few extra things here that need a home that I haven't quite figured out where they're going to go yet, but we can evaluate that in a little bit. Okay, rant over. Do you need to have separate spots for stairs if you have a stonecutter on you? Well, this is where my idea rubs up against some of Minecraft's traditional ideas, like crafting and using a stonecutter, for example. This is a core part of the game, but it's now quite antiquated in the face of having so many variants of stuff, right? I think McKenneth is expressing it here. I've become overwhelmed recently because of the amount of blocks there are in Minecraft. Like, the build palette has gone so far that it just feels a lot. How do you deal with it? Well, I'm talking about it right now, right? How do I narrow down what materials to use? I think narrowing it down comes from experience and experimentation. You have to constantly build and experiment to learn what things look good together. If you're coming at it with like a lack of experience, it's going to overwhelm you, right? So you have to find a way to start building up some experience on that front. Oh, pale moss. I haven't slipped in pale moss yet. Good shout, good shout. Very good shout. This box here has the next shulker box I'm going to put together, which can also be light grey, I believe. Oh yeah, right. So we've got one there that's light grey, right? Oh, in that case, no. I'm just going to dye. Actually, no. I don't know what I'm going to do. Iron bars is another thing. Okay, let's start putting things at the bottom that we've forgotten about. Like we've forgotten about these, right? They haven't got a home yet. Right now, though. Okay, we've got to do copper. We've got to do the copper one. And then all of this stuff that doesn't really matter, I'm just gonna put up there. So glass doesn't matter, nether warts, torches, furnace, all this stuff is already taken care of. And then we're left with tough. Right, okay, we're on top of it again. We're on top of it. Then this one is gonna have smooth basalt, regular basalt, polished, and then calcite and tough. So this is where I can probably start to, like, maybe double up some of these materials a little bit, you know? Or did I say... Actually, I didn't say I put tough there, did I? I said I would take out that from brewing to give us a bunch of free slots, because you've got stone as a part of brewing now. What are the other ingredients that they added recently? Let me think about this. Okay, so they recently added... stone, slime, cobweb, and the rod. Not the wind charge, interestingly. I don't think I'm going to put turtle helmets in there. And technically, these are already somewhere else. So, yeah, we're definitely going to, by spacing this out, we're definitely going to leave ourselves with a bunch of free slots. But then maybe I come over here and I, like, move buckets or potion. Well, that one explains itself, doesn't it? that is the perfect place to move those two. Like, don't even think about it. That's a done dealio right there. All right, that's where they go now. That makes a lot of sense. Right. Okay, I like that. So Tough's going to go in there, and then we're going to put the... Oh, how? Oh, it's a baby. They always find their way, don't they? It's always the babies that come to wreck you. Wearing copper, trying to mock me. Yeah. Trying to mock me. Alright, so... we got those there. And then it's just basically a case of, like, triple that up, double these up. Maybe even the amethyst. But for now, we're going to be adding more stuff. So, like, we've got all of that. Tough is probably going to have a lot of free space as well. Now, do we have all the tough variations there? I think I'm missing... Ooh. Well, actually, I'm probably missing a few. We'll put brick second, polished at the bottom. Tend to do it that way around. Yep. So we're missing brick wall, and we've got chiseled tough. Brick wall, chiseled tough, and then these ones. Chiseled tough is the one we had. Wait, are they both called chiseled tough and chiseled tough bricks? That is kind of not helpful. So that's that one. And that's that one there. And everything else is 3. Let's get our light grey. I think I might end up just leaving all of these shulker boxes at the bottom light grey. There's like a uniformity to it now. Right? There is a uniformity to it. Okay, could put turtle shoots into the brewing chest too. Turtle shoots? What are those? What are those? Okay, then we've got tough. I feel like with 1-3, like we've got all of that free. Where have I condensed stuff enough, or did I like miss an entire box somewhere here? Maybe this doesn't have all of them. There's 24 boxes. Didn't I keep saying this is like Season 9 stuff? We didn't include the glass box. I think if I go look at my Season 10 box, I'm going to find a bunch of stuff. And I'm going to be like, oh, yeah, we got to do that one. And I still haven't done this stuff down here. So, like, copper. There's still quite a bit more thinking that goes into this, right? Oh, I could put orange there and it'd be, like, perfect for copper. There's still a little more thinking. And I might put a green one below that so it can double up. Yeah, there's still some problems to be solved. We're not that near the end, but we did a lot. We did a lot, and we'll do some more. I'm gonna take a trip to the Season 10 world. This one here specifically. I was trying to find something in the Nether earlier for another hermit. Did I get any more mob messages? Oh, I did. Okay. Yeah, cool. Right, got to put all my other stuff back on the screen. We're almost done with this chapter now, and then we'll move on to some adventuring, I think. Do they make water breathing potion? I can't remember. Yeah, so I was looking for something in the Nether, and I forgot that in this world I never loaded up the Nether. It's like every season of Hermitcraft, I always end up going back to the previous world to like look at things that I did, like farms, for example, because you just rebuild them again. So I've been going back to this world to look at a couple of things. One of those will be our shulker boxes. So this probably was a little different. Let's go check it out. Let's go see the difference, because this was that's season 9. This is season 10. So I've got my like mending flint and steel. I'll do that or something similar at some point. I put a furnace with a minecart in here. I don't know why. I don't know why. Next one. Reordered some stuff in there. Otherwise, I think it looks pretty much the same to me, right? That's pretty much the same. This box. I put a jukebox in there? Never stars. Not something you really need to have with you. I don't think I'm going to worry about adding that. The way I'm going to play this season, I don't think I'm going to build a farm. Doesn't really make much sense to me. To worry about that. So light sources might have got tweaked, but no, roughly the same. No candles in there? So that one pretty much stayed the same. Just a little bit of reordering. That looks the same. Then over here, so we still never got those 2 slots, right? Never got those figured out. I also never got sponges last season. Interesting. Never got sponges. All right. Ah, that's something I did different. I put the leaves and the saplings together, and that's probably what we'll do with our azalea and flowering. I also put the mangrove stuff in there. Interesting. So I've missed out on mangrove. Let's make notes here. So like with all that leaves and stuff, mangrove is probably a part of that. Interesting. Wait, what? Okay, yeah, redstone. Crafter, the crafter. Yeah, they added that. I took out buttons and put in the crafter. Right. I'll go top of the list. We'll do that when we get back on, I think. I don't think I've made a crafter yet this season. I don't think I've done any auto crafting. So brewing, oh, look. We added stone and cobweb, didn't we? Yeah. But stone and cobweb feature elsewhere. Like, so does redstone. But I think I'm not going to worry about that for now. Okay, look, I did the thing. I put cactus in here and dead bush. So I might do something similar when we go back on. So this one I turned into just flowers and removed the flower pot. And I wonder if I ever put the flower pot somewhere else. That one looks pretty much the same, right? This one looks pretty similar. That one, I never got any prismarine stuff last season, it looks like. Okay, then this is where things will be super jumbled up. Got one full of logs again. So I actually doubled up the amount of wood stuff last time. So I ditched the bucket one. Ore's pretty much the same, not much change there. Stone looked very similar, I think. Yep, very, very similar. Took out the moss, notably. Took out the moss. Where's the nether one? That one pretty much stayed the same. Although they got some of the warped wood in there. That's blackstone. That one looks like it intended to be the same. That's deep slate. There's the blackstone, glass, tuff. Do we see tuff here? Oh, that's changed. Yeah, that makes sense. Rocks. And then copper was just a bit of a mess, really, wasn't it? Okay, I think that kind of concludes that stuff, yeah. There's some ideas there that we can take forward. Let's go ahead and get rid of that for now. That was good fun. Hope you all enjoyed that. We almost got there with all our ideas and stuff. Hey, look, peeps. I don't know why I'm logging back in because we're going to go somewhere else next. But, you know, the Hermitcraft stuff will continue. We're just going to take a quick moment to check out Blue Raven and their failed experiment. It's another revisit. Let's go check it out. We last went here in July. So we're going to the Let's Play Minecraft Together server, right? And if you have a subscription, regular, prime, or gifted, it gets you access to our community. These peeps would love to have you come by and join. So what we do is we take a little bit of time just to show off someone in the community's build. Sometimes they're live here with us. They're in the chat. Sometimes they're not. Now, can I remember coming here before? I think I can. Yeah, this rings a bell, but this over here looks super interesting. So we've been to this base before, but, you know, people are playing on the server and bases are evolving. Let's double check that we're at the right place. Wow, that is so cool. If we pop through here and just find out if we're in a starter village or not. I'm pretty sure this is a starter village. This is a starter village. So this is like a whole bunch of other people's starter builds, and they all have portals that connect to their bases. This allows you to spread out across the world, because there's a lot of players, right? And you got a way to stay and feel like you're close to one another. That was the south starter town. Okay, awesome. So, ooh, wait, aren't they in the next one? Isn't that Mounts of Mayhem? Dang, maybe we had something special cooking on the server so you could get those already. Because this is Vanilla Plus. We have dirt slabs, for example. You don't need any mods to play on the server, but there is a bunch of custom extra kind of stuff. This is a wild looking place. I literally feel like I'm in a different dimension right now. You know? Is there a server for beginners? Our server, you know, we're happy to cater to anyone. A common thing I've noticed people saying is that if you feel overwhelmed, if you feel like people on here are better than you at building, like we have a spirit of, you know, trying to be for everyone. Like you can come in and say, hey, I'm not good at building, and other people will maybe give you some tips and help you out and stuff. You know, it's a community. So if you feel like you're seeing a bunch of like expert players doing crazy cool stuff, you are, but they're, you know, they're here to teach as well. Like it's all about helping each other out. Silverwind says we have starter kits if you'd like that kind of help. Let's go up here to the cloud in the sky. Oh, there's a happy ghast up there as well. Smoggy Phoenix says beginners welcome. What is this server? It's Let's Play Minecraft Together. If you're a gifted sub, a regular, or an Amazon Prime sub, you get access to our server and our Discord server. I remember coming here. There was a bunch of lore about these statues. I remember this place. This was... oh, I fell. No. Thank goodness for my cheaty creative mode. Oh, and the copper golems are here too now as well. Please stop eating rotted flesh. Some golden carrots there. Yeah, these statues are cool. The happy ghast looks great up here as well, right? Like it just fits in so well with these amazing builds. You'd love to join if only you had Java. Yeah, I'm really unsure if we have Bedrock support. I don't think we do, because we've mentioned it a couple of times, and I haven't heard anything else about it. But yeah, this is Blue Raven's base. Blue Raven is in chat saying, got me. We got you. We got you. We're checking yours out today while we're live. Is there anywhere like I should specifically be heading to though? Because I feel like we've looked around at the area and I might have missed something. A lot of this though was the same as last time, right? Very cool build though. Let's now go to spectator mode. That is awesome. City in the sky. Oh look, you can see we did miss some stuff because there's a mycelium biome over here. And then it is preceded by some more custom biomes. What's with the purple blocks as well? They're carpets. I bet they're hiding the light sources. Because you've got to light everything up in this game to stop mobs from spawning, right? What FOV do I play on? I think it's 69. And yeah, that's because I liked 70 and then I thought if I put it at 69 and someone sees it in my settings, they'll be all like, oh, oh, and I'll just be like, ah. It's just a number. Let's go see what it is. Let's go see what it is. Wait, where is FOV? Is it? Oh, there it is. Oh, it's 90. I play at 90. Well, I'm way off. I play at 90 apparently. I play at 90. Anyway, that was Blue Raven's base. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some inspiration. Winnie T. Ford in the chat for 93 months. Thank you, Winnie. Welcome to another stream. Let's get back on Hermitcraft. Queen Britannia says, I forgot to tell you, X, but I was so tickled and happy to see the comments you made on my base a few times ago. I was so grateful for all the other comments from the viewers too. Thank you. You did great. I remember your base. It was a real mind blower. So keep up the amazingness, you know. That was a good one. So, we're not going to go to the deep dark. That we're not going to do. I might make a crafter right now. I think I need a brain break on the rest of the organizational stuff, you know. Redstone, a dropper, iron. Like, I don't really want to be making more, you know, inventory stuff for myself to do right now. But this is the last one. This is the last one, I promise. I swear. Let's go oak. Crafting bench. What was the other one? Dropper. We got a dropper. Just the one. So now we make the crafter. Crafter goes in here. In here. Right. Well, actually, I got to put those things back. So something we do need to do for organization is, well, not so much for organization. Actually, no, I don't. Yeah, I know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I need to go get those copper lanterns, but I don't really. With the copper stuff, I can leave it for now. So I just got to pick an adventure, right? Like, what do I want to go get? I want to speak to Impulse about trading some stuff, but Impulse is AFK, so maybe not. Like going out to a War Motion. Oh my god, the nearest War Motion is like 8k blocks away, so maybe not even that. I could go get mycelium. Cobwebs is the closest thing. Cobwebs and a lava bucket. I'm looking at this list now and I'm like, maybe not. Maybe we just do something else for the time being. Or maybe I finish this job. Maybe I should just knuckle down and finish this job. I am going to take a little brain break by having a chat with y'all about whatever you want to talk about while I go get some cobwebs. How about that? Alright, chat, give us a topic. Give us a topic. Or else I'll stop streaming, mate. Sorry, that was kind of rude, wasn't it? That was kind of rude. Yeah, I just need a few of these. I feel like I'll get a few. Like a fair few, you know what I mean? FNAF 2! Oh, I was talking about this the other day. I have no idea what FNAF is. And there's 2 of them. Unbelievable. Weird traditions? I mean, give me a weird tradition. Like, off the top of my head, it's not one of those things I carry a list of, if you know what I mean. Disappointing, says Dale. Well, oh, this stream is disappointing, isn't it? Songs that hit differently now we're older. You know what really gets me lately on the guitar? So, like, yesterday when I was playing, Okay, day before yesterday, picked up the guitar after a couple of days of like being lukewarm a bit. Played some Slipknot and it absolutely hit home. It was just like, bam, there you go. There's always something like this. You know, I turn up and I play every day. And sometimes I'll play for like half hour, 40 minutes, and it's like, okay, that was good. Other days, it's like, bam, I get stuck into it, right? Slipknot did it for me the other day. And then yesterday, of all the songs, Disturbed, Down with the Sickness. Like, I noticed that on my playlist. And I obviously put it there because at another point in time, I was like, you can probably play this. And so I pulled up the tab, started playing along, and it hit so hard, man. I really liked Disturbed. They're more one of those bands that I never really listen to that much as I get older. But I really liked them at the time when they came out when I was a kid. And I played that song on the guitar, and I was like, dang, man, this like hits. This hits. So hopefully that answered your question. 5 nuggets and fries. Oh, that's what FNAF stands for. Yeah, I don't really go for nuggets and fries. Don't really go for that. This is some beautiful, gentle music right here, isn't it? Dude, I love Disturbed! All caps right there. You love them. I won't argue with you. I think you're right. I think you do love them. I mean, you had to reach all the way over to the cap locks button, you know? Do you go for fish and chips then? Fish and chips is like if someone like tells you about a really good chippy, or you're like down in somewhere like Brighton, you know, you're at the coast and there's one with a good reputation, I'll go for it. But otherwise not. I really don't like fish batter. Like any old sort of like greasy local fish and chip shop, I usually do not get along with the fish batter. I just don't like it. I don't want to say visceral because that's too strong of a word, but do you know when you eat something and it's just like you just know you don't want to eat this? That's how I get with the batter on fish. It just doesn't feel right when I'm eating it. But if you get like a really good restaurant and you know it's not super greasy, the batter and stuff, that can be quite nice. The last one I went to wasn't. It was. Yeah, no, it was it King's Lynn? It was like at the coast. It was somewhere near King's Lynn on the coast. And I got like saveloy and chips and like a pineapple fritter or something. And like it was gorgeous. It was a really good chippy down at the coast. That's the time and place for it, you know? Becca says, "Oh, chippy is incredible." Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it's always good to have like good restaurants nearby, right? I got one near me that's like a place that does a full English, and they just do great food, and I get stuff from there quite often. What are some other dishes from England? I think one of our national dishes is chicken masala, right? It's literally a national dish. We love it that much. But that's Indian cuisine. Yeah, like pie and mash. I don't know, like British food to me is kind of like dull and boring, and it's a little bit sort of rooted in the industrial era. Like the Industrial Revolution happened or started here in Britain, right? And you know, the food of the time, it's like meat and potatoes, and it's just kind of like stuck. And so a lot of traditional English. Do I have any torches on me? I feel like I should. That's the hot spot right now. We need some torches. I don't have my ender chest, which would have been a great source of materials to make more of these torches, but there you go. Yeah, so yeah, a lot of our food's just a bit stodgy like that, you know. Pies and chips, and if you're beans on toast, yeah, there you go. Now roast dinner is cracking, especially if you know a good place or have like my mum's roast dinners are amazing. I love them. But if you don't have access to a good roast dinner, they can be pretty naff. Like there are some foods that like are pretty hard to do wrong. You know what I mean? And then there's others that are kind of easy. I feel like I've gone to pubs and had roast dinners and they've just been really naff. Like there's a spectrum, you know. I've had some really good ones as well, but like some foods are just more consistent. Roast dinners can be a bit hit or miss. So anyway, as a foreigner, you might like... all of this stuff might sound interesting and stuff, but... I don't know. Who's not from England and likes English cuisine and has tried it or whatever, you know? Tell me in chat, because I think it might be easy just to not be impressed with your own cuisine because you're so used to it, but... Scones! Yeah, scones. Scones are alright. Yeah, scones are alright. Yo, Morbiu, thank you ever so much for the Prime, dude. Appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for the amazing support. Hope you have a good time here today. I want to take that gold. Rare blocks, rare blocks. Oh dear. Oh dear, I think I got a little bit turned around somewhere here. I say scones the wrong way. I've heard about this. There's a debate about how to say it, apparently. You love food, doesn't matter where it's from. I wonder if you've had bangers and mash then. It's not particularly exciting. It could be cooked well, but it's not particularly exciting. Yo, Bradley0911, thank you for using your Prime, my dude. Appreciate the support. I hope you're enjoying the stream. You love English food like most other foods, says Autumn. Yeah, to be fair, like, I'm moaning about British food a little bit, but if it's done right, it's good. That's probably true of most foods. And I can't really think of, like, another country that has cuisine I'm not keen on. Apart from America. Like, American cuisine, it's not so much the cuisine, it's their whole food system and the way it's regulated. It's like, clearly an unhealthy diet. Like, a lot of the dishes lean on that, in that direction, right? And then the way the food's regulated and how they put all the additives and lots of sugars in stuff, like, it's not great. Not great, the food system. All right, I need to open those images back up. Like, why did I close that? Took it off the screen. I've still got a little bit more to do here. Let's see. So I think that box didn't have them. I thought cobwebs are in two places for some reason. Well, they're not in the potion one actually. Where are cobwebs? Oh, wait, I see them. They're in the green box. That is cobwebs. Might also put one in here, except we don't have a free slot anymore. So I could maybe take out instant health, because we got other potion types, but you know, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it. I am quite fatigued on all this inventory management. I honestly do have a bit of a brain break. Quibble Bible says, Xisuma, I know that you're probably sick of server questions, but I was wondering, what's the processing power of the host computer? Oh, I answered this question just the other stream. Like, what we do is we get the best single-threaded performance CPU in our price range. Look, this guy just spawned possibly on those 3 blocks. Do you know what? I probably could do with some stone buttons over here, and I got more. Let's make the farm more efficient. Let's make sure they don't spawn out here. Guy, you're going to have to come back. Making my farm more efficient. Guy, don't go around the corner. You're going to make me shoot the golem. I see what you're up to. You're up to your tricks, aren't you? He's up to his tricks. He's coming for me. He's coming for me. Come on. Right. Right, I think it might be time for a little bit of what's doing. I think I've had all my Minecrafting sucked out of me for today, if you know what I mean. Like, I've worked on this non-stop yesterday night and today. I need a bit of a brain break. I keep saying it, like, let's just get on the donkey and ride around, right? Let's take a little trip somewhere. Cause I got nothing left to do today, I think. Horned Astrologer, thank you for 28 months, my dude. Appreciate it. Get that fresh air, yeah. I'm going to nip to the loo, actually. I feel like I need a wee. So, yeah. While I disappear for a second, I'll leave these things on the screen. Look, people. I ain't going to be gone for that long. Don't go anywhere. Please don't leave me. I'm back. I'm back. The Xisuma on stream weekend thing is not very oxidized. Ah, that's because it was made a bit ago, you know. Oh, right, I'm going to sit down. Oh, he's back, sad face Direwat. You know, you can just not watch the stream if that's what you would prefer, you know? You don't have to be here. It is your choice, after all. Okay, let's Well, I came up here to get Donkey. Donkey isn't up here. Where is Donkey? Huh. Oh, look. The iron farm is working wonders. Where is my donkey? Did I leave it out here? I'm trying to think of where I last saw it. I could have swore I left it in my base. But I did hitch up a donkey around here with XB. Then do you know what? I left the base yesterday with Cub. I can't remember if we were both on donkeys though. Who watched Cub's stream yesterday? Also, let's just open up voice in case anyone's around and they want to chit chat for a minute. Yeah, who watched Cub? Okay, so we got a few people that did, because I think Cub dragged me over here, and then I might have left my donkey over here. It's entirely possible that that happened. You know? He's back on the hill? Did I walk past it? Where is it? Well, it could be over here. Someone said the frog lamps, and I remember jumping on here, and that meant I would have had to have gotten off of my horse. Oh my god, I hope I didn't do something irresponsible and just leave it alone. I also got a faint memory of going back this way. Left of the path? Wait, behind me? It's probably going to be like wide out in the open. I'm going to be like, so obvious. Yo, Linked World, thank you for 12 months. That's a whole year. That's awesome, my dude. Thank you. Crazy we're dealing in years. Y'all better not be trolling me. Can I press tab to see who's online? These people. Oh my god. Donkey! How did you get up there then? I don't know if that's my, like... I thought it was in my base. Was it capable of wandering out of my base? Did I leave it unhitched? I rarely leave it unhitched. Donkey! What are we doing up here? Oh, don't fall. There we go. What are we doing up here? Eh? What are we doing? There's another donkey right there. Donkey in a hole. Pretty typical thing to say. Oh! Gotta be careful where we go. I wonder if EFO has stocked this up yet. Is EFO online? EFO isn't online. Because I need to get my frog lamps. Look at this. Is this organization? Oh, look, there's Scar. Hi, Scar. Oh, is this like landscaping? I'm probably spoiling stuff, aren't I? Exclusive previews. Oh, there's chickens down there. This is going to look cool when it's done. I think Scar's muted. He's probably busy. So, me and Cup came over here yesterday. And we built that. Now, the idea is that all of the chickens may have made their way up to the top here. But... no, not really. It's kind of interesting how they pathfind up, but then when you give them this narrow bit, it's not quite as effective. So this whole then pathfinding up thing, it's something I tried to take advantage of to make a farm before, and it did not go well. Like, every time I've tried to turn it into some sort of farm, it's just been a bit... it doesn't quite do what you want it to do, you know? Oh! Gotta watch the edge. Right, let us cross the bridge into this area. And we got Be a Hero over here. I don't know what this shop is about, but it has something to do with XP, right? Well, that explains it. You got to donate to help sort out... Oh, right. Well, okay, that's probably taken care of. Deep slate and blackstone. What type of deep slate does Scar want? Because I got way too much. Let's find out. So yeah, we got a couple of shops. No! So dumb. I picked the hardest spot to fall into and still fell into that small little blackstone. Oh, I thought it said deep slate. Dang. Let's go back and read it again. I didn't nearly kill my donkey. It lost 1.5 hearts, and it's a fighter. This one, I'll tell you. It does say deep slate. Because I got loads of silk touch stuff from Impulse, right? That I am not going to need, so... Ooh, what's that? That's Wells' castle. Regular. Oh, really? I will make a donation. Let me make a note. I'm going to make a donation. Right, okay. Just making a note so I don't forget. I have a notepad for stuff to do on here, and it just it constantly fills up, and I'm always just doing little things, you know. Wells' castle is so nice. It looks great. It looks great, honestly. Like, I've seen quite a few of these sorts of builds, and like the scale of them. In fact, I think someone built one of these on the Let's Play Minecraft Together server, and it was phenomenal. But like, the build and the scale of this can be a bit tricky to make look really good. And this looks really, really good. Like, Wells clearly knows what he's doing. I think what I'm trying to say is, like, this build style can be like, it looks impressive when you pull it off, is what I'm saying. It looks really impressive, right? And I don't think it's one of those ones where it's like, you look at it and you realize actually there's some clever tricks going on here. It always looks difficult to pull off. Like, every time I've seen a really good one of these builds, it looks like it took ages to figure out and do. And this one looks like superb, you know? It's cool. But I don't have wings. I can't fly around it. Like, that's against my rules. I can't come inside either. Oh, I can peek. I can do a little bit of peeking. What about this button? Is this button allowed for looking at stuff? Almost works. I need to get high up for that one to work. That button is actually from last season, and it's for when you're flying. So you can sort of look down and around when you're scooping over stuff. It's a really cool build. There's like little... Yeah, there's little pockets of green or warped wood on it as well. Nice little touch. Rightio. Wells is cooking. He's cooking all right. He is cooking. Right, it's definitely a bit of a quieter evening on the server. It feels like. I mean, I'm not gonna wander over to everyone's space because people are far away. But Scar's nearby, but he's busy. I think maybe we just call it here, right? I've just lost my Minecraft energy for the day. I think all of that sorting, all of that grinding, we're almost over the finish line. Earlier in the stream, I mentioned I might stream a little more frequently. But I don't want to do that and then feel like the energy disappear. I want to keep the energy in balance. So kind of depends how I feel tomorrow. I've noticed that I've been like really obsessed with playing on here non-stop. But then sometimes at the end of the day, I'm a bit like tired. I have a break. And then the next morning, bam, I'm just like recharged. I'm like firing on all cylinders, ready to go. Let's go up this way. I'm going to bring you back inside, buddy. So, depending on where that energy is at, I might stream a little bit more. I don't know. We'll see. Gotta play it by ear, I think is what I'm trying to say. Right, this time, I know for sure that I've locked you up in my base. Locked you up. You're locked up. You'll never escape. Right. That's where I'm ending my stream, people. I'm going to go look for someone to raid. Who am I following? Who am I following? Yo, I'm going to send you to Grian, because I don't think I've ever raided Grian before, right? Send you to Grian today. Ugh. Let's get that going. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks for your amazing support. I'll be back again on Tuesday. At least that's the plan. The plan is to come back on Tuesday. But maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh yeah, episode of Hermitcraft coming out tomorrow, so look forward to that. Maybe I won't, because you want time to watch that. Anyway, I'll shut up and go. Thanks everyone. Bye-bye.